Hello and welcome to another Zach Carnage video, and this time I thought I'd just do a little bit of a talk about these models here. If you're new to Warhammer 40k, or more specifically Tau, Tau Empire, then you probably don't actually know what these are. These are the old style Broadside Battlesuits from the previous codex, and they've been around for quite a while, and they're a bit of a mix of a model kit, because the majority of the model is plastic crisis suit, and then some of it is like these arms and the guns are actually metallic pieces which you have to glue together. So thankfully GW changed the whole kit to a new plastic one, but unfortunately I say unfortunately, they did actually design a very cool new one which most of you will be accustomed to, which is the one that we have here in the codex. I haven't got mine painted up, so I thought I'd show you these ones instead. So this is the sort of thing that you've probably seen on the battlefield at the moment. And there's actually quite a lot of difference between the two different model styles. Specifically the size. This base size is the standard crisis suit base. So it's a lot smaller than what you'd be used to with this broadside battlesuit. And you can see quite a significant difference in style of the rail cannon, heavy rail rifle, and the missile pods are very different. So I've been trying to think about how I can use these, because recently, well, in the past I've used this as broadside battlesuit still, even after the new codex came out, and I just put them on paper bases, which were the correct size, because height-wise they're only a little bit shorter, so generally that's been okay. But I considered, because 7th edition is out now, and I've been using these guys for quite a long time. I think it's time to put them out of service as XV88s and downgrade them to something else, because they don't quite fit in now that I've got my two broadside battlesuits, which I still need to paint up. But after I painted those up, they're going to really dominate these two, and I don't think it would be quite fair to keep them. I don't think I can use them both, because it'll just look a bit weird. So I'm trying to work out how I can actually use these guys still, and I think I will have to end up using them as just standard crisis battlesuits, like we've got a few on the page here. But then the question is, you know, what weapon and support choices do they have? Because we don't actually have much of the great thing about the Tau is you get a good variety of different weapon options, and the problem with these guys is that the weapons don't really look anything like the other ones. I mean, you could probably get away with calling these smart missile systems what used to be smart missile systems. You could get away with calling them missile pods, but you'll probably end up having to call them twin linked. So this, you'd have to say that this person has twin-linked missile pods, so they've both got twin-linked missile pods. But then they've got this gun on here, and because they've got two, you again assume it's either two different weapons or a twin-linked system, and that would count as two weapon options. Whereas a standard crisis suit can only take the three, and 1, 2, 3, 4 would be too many. That also means you wouldn't actually be able to take any other options. So then, you know, do you decide that this is actually one missile pod, and that, you know, it has 12 shots per miniature, which would actually make a fair amount of sense given the number of times that you actually shoot it in a game, because the current missile pod is a lot smaller, and actually only has 3 different missiles in it, and you're going to be firing it more than 3 times in a game, which doesn't really make sense. So I guess in a way this makes a bit more sense for a missile pod. So if you call that the one missile pod, I guess you could call this a twin-linked weapon. But then you have to decide what weapon it's going to be, because the standard weapons available to crisis battlesuits aren't as long range as you'd like them to be. I mean, the furthest you could go is probably the plasma rifle, which means that this would have to be a plasma rifle, but chances are you're already running plasma rifles and they'll look very different. So yeah, it's just really a question of what you want to use. I think what I'll end up doing is have these two having missile pods and twin-link plasma rifles. I'm going to have to glue that on. See, that's the issue that we have with metal and plastic, is it really doesn't stick together. But I can fix that with some green stuff, it'll be fine. We'll move that guy out of the way, now this guy. Yes, so, sorry, this guy, I'm just laughing at that, terrible. Okay, this guy will have the twin-link plasma rifles and standard missile pod system, probably. But that doesn't mean I can't give them any extra protection or anything. So, you know, the question is, what am I going to do with all of my other ones, which would normally have plasma rifles and go fire knife? I guess I'm really tending towards just... I put missile pods on every XV8 now, because they are the best weapon option that we have in this game at the moment, in my opinion. So the XV8s will all have missile pods, including these ones, and I suppose for the other weapon options, I'll probably go for 2 different individual missile pods, just because I think the more shots is more important than twin linked, and because you have the opportunity to hit more times. And I think I might actually go for a flamer, just for that a bit of added protection when you get close up, which would be quite an interesting thing, because I think missile pods with flamers can be potentially very good against hordes. The missile pods tend to do really well against elite units anyway on their own. You don't really need plasma rifles, but that said, I can still have this guy as my twin-link plasma rifle guy. So anyway, thank you for watching this video. If you've got any comments or suggestions, not including this guy, who I'll fix up, you can leave them in the comment section down below. To let me know what you're planning on doing with your old XV88s, if you've still got them lying around. Honestly, I reckon I could probably make this work. Yeah, okay. Anyway, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.